Hello and welcome to Property Box News. I'm Simon Evison. The general election has certainly raised a lot of issues, and in housing, the industry has reacted with a variety of views and ideas of what the government must do now. This week, I'm looking at what industry experts have been saying and what we can hope for. With the phrase "uncertainty is the only certainty" on the lips of most political commentators, in property, despite the election outcome, it's business as usual. Despite Mrs May losing her majority and the government's precarious position, according to a leading house builder, there's nothing to indicate that things are likely to change soon. John Elliott, managing director of Millwood Designer Homes, insists that he cannot see why the outcome of the election should make any difference. He said, "People still need homes and we need to keep building." And that's absolutely true. The housing shortage remains and a vast amount of building needs to take place. Indeed, Mrs May has promised 1 million homes by 2021, providing her magic money tree can provide the finance. Being a landlord is tough right now, and as previously reported, lobbying against the recent tax changes must continue. The landlord bashing we've seen over the past couple of years is unlikely to cease. Removing 10% wear and tear, implementing 3% stamp duty, and the phasing out of mortgage interest relief are all hitting landlords hard, and many face making a loss. With an increasing number of tenants looking for a home, the new government must focus on attracting new buy-to-let landlords and ensuring existing ones stay in the industry. Carol Pawsey, lettings director at Kinley Fockard and Hayward, said the new government needs to ensure we have a balanced private rental sector that attracts investors and landlords to the market while looking after the long-term interests of the increasing number of tenants looking for quality long-term rental homes. The lenders continue to do their best to attract new custom by cutting rates and offering attractive products. For example, Leeds Building Society have introduced a new 5-year tracker with an interest rate of 1.65% when borrowing at 60% loan to value. This comes with a free valuation and no early redemption fees. So Mrs May needs to follow suit. She needs to perform yet another U-turn and scrap the tenant tax, bring back wear and tear allowance and help landlords provide quality housing. We have over 1.5 million on the council waiting list and not enough property to go round. On the bright side, the recent white paper on housing did recognise the build-to-rent sector, and planning issues will be addressed to encourage this area of the industry. A recent study shows a growth in recent years in build-to-rent, and in the report by Knight Frank, where 100,000 tenants and 26 companies were quizzed, they found that while at least 3/4 of UK renters are living in homes owned by private landlords, they will increasingly rent from large-scale institutional landlords, such as city firms and property companies investing in the growing multi-housing sector. Knight Frank estimates that by 2022, the private rented market will be worth in the region of £70 billion. Adam Chalice, head of residential research at JLL, feels that whoever is the next housing minister must reaffirm commitments to the existing policy direction rather than to create further disruption or uncertainty. He said, "The policy direction as set out in the white paper on building more homes across the range of tenures must be upheld. A hung parliament is a bad thing and it creates uncertainty, but one thing all parties agree on is that we need more housing, so we could see a lot more cross-party debate." David Westgate, Group Chief Executive at Andrews Property Group, surmises very well with this comment: "Whatever the long-term outlook may be, the needs in housing and property remain the same. We need to ensure that more properties are built and that the conditions are in place to make this happen." And finally, if you are a fishing enthusiast and like a distressed property as well, how about this one? It's a Grade 2 listed Queen Anne style manor house on the edge of Alverley in Shropshire. It's on 22.6 acres of land with 7 stocked fishing ponds. Set over 3 floors and there's an ancillary building. There's work to be done to modernise it, but at only 1.1 million, it's a great catch. And I certainly hope you're able to reel it in. That's all from me this week. Tune in next time. Goodbye. The recent white paper did Uncertainty is the only certainty. Let's try that again. Thank you, Prince Charles.